Jeopardy! Please welcome our contestants. Player one. And now, here is the host of Jeopardy, Alex Brevet.
Thanks, Johnny. Welcome to Jeopardy, everyone. Good luck to you in the Jeopardy round. For this game, the categories are as follows. Literature. An organic category. A hostile takeover. College team nicknames. B+. And drink it, dance it, or drive it. Player one, you're in command of the board as we continue right now. Even Grendel would love Seamus Heaney's new translation of the Anglo-Saxon epic about this title geet. Let's hear it, player one. You got it. Player one, back to you for our next selection. Modern novels with biblical titles include Jane Hamilton's The Book of Ruth and Toni Morrison's Song of Hymn. Let's hear it, player one. Good for you. Player one, back to you. People from the past appear to a brother and sister in Rewards and Fairies by this author of The Jungle Book. Yes, player one? Good. You get to pick again, player one. 19th century author, known for writing about a venerable mansion with 7 acutely peaked gables. Here's what we were looking for. Nathaniel Hawthorne. Please pick again, player one. In chapter 52 of this novel, a boisterous crowd is gathering for Fagin's execution. Here's what we were looking for. Oliver Twist. Select again. The islets of Langerhans aren't a vacation spot, but a group of cells in this organ. Here's the correct response. The pancreas. Player one, choose again. The hepatic duct carries bile from the liver to this organ for storage. Yes, player one?
Yeah!
Player one, back to you. Though this organ has no known use, it can harm you if it ruptures, creating the risk of peritonitis. Here's the correct response. The appendix. You again, player one. Alveoli are tiny sacs clustered like grapes in these organs. Player one? Right you are. Please pick again, player one. A dialysis machine is also called an artificial one of these organs. It's player one. Sorry, that's wrong. Here's the response we were looking for. The kidney. Player one, you pick again, please. Surf the Internet Hostel or the Marriott Hostel. Note the lack of an extra R and T in Marriott. In this Bulgarian capital. Here's the correct response. Sofia. Please pick again, player one. Answer? The Daily Double. You are in first place. Player one, give us a wager. And the clue. It's off to the Hans Brinker Budget Hotel or Dirty Nellie's Inn. Sounds inviting. In this major European city. Yes. Please pick again, player one. Do the Funky Chicken Hostel or the Butterfly Villa Hostel in this Romanian capital. Here's the response we were looking for. Bucharest. Select again. I'm sure the Red Bus Hostel is fine, but the Mellow Mood Central Hostel caught my eye in this capital of Hungary. It's player one. That's right. Way to go. Select again. Enjoy the Sleep in Heaven Youth Hostel or the Newhound Boat Hostel in this capital of Denmark? Here's what we wanted. Copenhagen. Player 1, back to you. The University of Texas at Arlington uses this nickname, shared by the NBA team closest to them. We're talking about the Mavericks. Select again. This University of Idaho nickname is from an old Germanic tribe whose name has come to mean troublemakers. Here's what we wanted. The Vandals. Select again. This word describing Penn State's Lions comes from an Algonquian term meaning single mountain. We're talking about Nittany. Please pick again, Player 1. Pepperdine's nickname is this, and some lapped not too far away from the campus. The correct response is the Waves. Player 1, choose again. UC Berkeley's teams are known as the Golden These. Player 1? Sorry. Here's the response we were looking for. The Bears. Please pick again, Player 1. This type of drug relaxes the smooth muscles in the airways, causing them to open. Here's the response we were looking for. A bronchodilator. Player 1, choose again. Able to speak both Spanish and English. Yes, Player 1? Correct. You again, Player 1. It speaks to Moses in Exodus 3. Player 1? Yeah! That's correct. You get to pick again, Player 1. It's 1 over par on a hole of golf. Let's hear it, Player 1. No, sorry. Here's the response we were looking for. A bogey. Player 1, pick again. Shoeless. Here's what we were looking for. Barefoot. Please pick again, Player 1. Huapala. Here's the correct response. Drink it. You get to pick again, Player 1. Trabant. Here's the correct response. Drive it. Player 1, back to you for our next selection. Kirsch. Yes, Player 1? Right you are.
Yeah! Woo!
You get to pick again, Player 1. Hambo. It's Player 1.
Woo!
That is correct. And we'll wrap up the board with this clue. Cabriolet. Let's hear it, Player 1. Yep. The Jeopardy round will begin right after this. And we have 2 daily doubles awaiting you in these categories. Women of Achievement. Arctic Animals. Art and Artists. The Songs of Paul Simon. World Capitals. And Double Talk. Let's get back into this now. You have control of the board. To further the ambitions of her brother, her father, Pope Alexander VI, arranged several marriages for her. The correct response is Lucretia Borgia. We return to you, Player 1. As an example to her Russian subjects, she and her son Paul had themselves inoculated against smallpox in 1768. Here's what we were looking for. Catherine the Great. Player 1, back to you. Answer. The first of the daily doubles. You are in first place. Decide on your wager, Player 1. And the daily double clue. In 1616, she and her husband John Rolfe traveled to England to help raise funds for the Virginia colonists. Yes. Player 1, choose again. In November 1988, she was elected Prime Minister of Pakistan, becoming the first woman to head a modern Islamic nation. Here's what we wanted. Benazir Bhutto. Player 1, choose again. Around 46 BC, Julius Caesar offended his countrymen by dedicating a statue to her. Let's hear it, Player 1. That's right. Way to go. Player 1, back to you for our next selection. As fall turns to winter, the Arctic A. lagopus, produces less pigment and changes from brown to white. It's Player 1. Sorry. Here's what we wanted. Fox. Please pick again, Player 1. Greenland right whales have the longest of these thin plates of any whale. They may reach 13 feet. Here's the correct response. Baleen. You get to pick again, Player 1. Alaska pipelines were constructed so as to allow this Arctic deer unimpeded passage to feeding grounds. Okay, Player 1. Right. Player 1, pick again. Here's Sarah. She'll show you.
Polar bears are well equipped for Arctic weather. Not only do they have thick fur and a layer of insulating fat, but their skin is this color, which helps it absorb the sun's rays.
It's Player 1. That is correct. You again, Player 1. This large bee of the genus Bombus can range from Tierra del Fuego in South America to far beyond the Arctic Circle. The correct response is bumblebee. We return to you, Player 1. One of his last paintings before his 1903 death in the South Pacific was a landscape of Brittany in winter. Here's what we wanted. Paul Gauguin. Player 1, back to you for our next selection. Helen Frankenthaler's soak and stain technique was inspired by this artist's drip paintings. Here's the correct response. Jackson Pollock. Player 1, pick again. Answer. The second daily double, and you're in the lead now. How much? Here is your clue. In her 1949 painting, Diego and I, Diego Rivera is depicted on her forehead. Nope. Sorry. We're talking about Frida Kahlo. Player 1, back to you. Picasso painted this work as a protest against the bombing of a town in the Spanish Civil War. We're talking about Guernica. We return to you, Player 1. This telegraph inventor's notable portraits included those of the Marquis de Lafayette and William Cullen Bryant. Yes, Player 1? Yes. You get to pick again, Player 1. In Bridge Over Troubled Water, Simon told her to sail on by. Your time has come to shine. Here's the response we were looking for. Silver Girl. We return to you, Player 1. Simon's 1973 song about this color transparency film said, "Give us those nice bright colors." We're talking about Kodachrome. Please pick again, Player 1. Goodbye to Rosie, the Queen of Corona. See you, me, and him down by the schoolyard. Here's the response we were looking for. Julio. You again, Player 1. In Mrs. Robinson, Simon wrote, "A nation turns its lonely eyes to this man." Here's the correct response. Joe DiMaggio. Select again. It begins, "Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again." Here's what we wanted. Sound of silence. Player 1, you pick again, please. This city on the Malay Peninsula is the capital of Malaysia. Here's what we wanted. Kuala Lumpur. You get to pick again, Player 1. Laid out in 1874, the botanical gardens in this capital have an observatory with a statue of Tycho Brahe. We're talking about Copenhagen. Player 1, pick again. This world capital is on the island of Java. Here's the correct response. Jakarta. Player 1, back to you for our next selection. The capital of India is not pronounced Calcutta or Calicut, but this way. Here's the correct response. New Delhi. Player 1, choose again. Budapest is the capital of Hungary. This is the capital of Romania. It's Player 1. That is correct. Player 1, choose again. In a children's song, Dear Little Nellie is way down yonder in this fruit patch. Here's the correct response. The Paw Paw. You get to pick again, Player 1. In the 1950s, this secret militant movement opposed British rule in Kenya. Let's hear it, Player 1. You are correct. Please pick again, Player 1. Scandalous 19th century French dance. Let's hear it, Player 1. That's not it. Here's the correct response. The can-can. Player 1, pick again. The OED defines it as faint or barely audible speech. Okay, Player 1.
Yeah!
That is correct. And we'll wrap up the board with this clue. Check it out. It's how I refer to my flashy diamonds and gold chains. Here's the response we were looking for. Bling, bling. You are moving on to Final Jeopardy, which will continue after these messages. Consider your wagers carefully as you think on this category. Household products. What are you going to wager? Let's take a look at that Final Jeopardy clue right now. According to its earliest ads, 0.56% of this product was made up of carbonates, mineral matter, and uncombined alkali. What did you say? And that will set you back. Here's what we wanted. Ivory soap. Congratulations, Player 1. You're the winner. So long, everybody.